The 2019 GERS report found that Scotland's deficit, although down from 8.5% the previous year to 7% at 12.6 billion, is now 6 times higher than the rest of the UK. Both Labour and the Tories have said respectfully that reducing the deficit at the speed proposed by Mr Brown would lead to either austerity on a level more severe than the Osborne cuts, to the tune of 7.2 billion, or to steep tax rises. Now, before we even go down this road, we need to get one thing straight. The UK is a deeply unequal union, and London continues to capture a greater and greater proportion of the wealth of the state to the detriment of everywhere else. This single fact has to frame everything we think and say about Scotland's finances. This also explains why Scotland's income tax take and capital gains tax are relatively lower than our population share of the UK. Many of the high-paying jobs and high-paying people are, of course, down south. Now, the question is what GERS means for independence. The answers laid out by analysts such as Craig Dale is that GERS itself does not indicate the finances of an independent Scotland. It only speaks about Scotland as a region of the UK. For example, Scotland would need a new civil service to replace Whitehall. It may need a new government departments like a central bank or a replacement to the DVLA. This would bring thousands of highly skilled and well-paid jobs to Scotland, which would boost our economy and our tax revenues by billions. Then we come to the issue of defence. It's another sector where even if we maintain spending at its current level, if we deployed more of it defending Scotland rather than in foreign bases or in useless foreign wars, we could boost the economy significantly. It's likely that the rest of the UK, or Rump UK, would wish to hold on to its status as the continuing state or the successor state. Then it would have to accept all of the debt for the UK in a manner similar to Russia taking on the majority of the debt of the USSR after 1991. Now, this means debts and assets in negotiations would not result in Scotland being punished with the UK's bad management post-separation. It could possibly mean a Scotland, in essence, starting with 0% of deficit. Even after borrowing to build our new infrastructure, this could save Scotland some £2.5 billion per year in debt interest repayments. Finally, accepting the UK's obsession with austerity and anti-immigration sentiment would allow us to redesign our customs and our tax structures to better close the tax gap. Just capturing a third of Scotland's share of the tax gap would be worth £3.5 billion per year. All in, the very act of independence itself could be worth £7.5 billion per year to Scotland, and that's before we do too much to grow the economy and to make this country the way we want it to be. Fundamentally, the UK is failing Scotland, and the debate around GERS misses the fact that any small country which joined the UK and ran its finances this way would soon be told how badly it's doing compared to the rest of the UK and the UK average. We need to step away from the regionalisation of Scotland and start looking beyond it. What's your view? Agree or disagree? Come join Scotia at the Independence March on the 5th of October at the Meadows.